Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Potatoes, one of the easiest crops to grow and one of the most satisfying crops to grow as well, especially for a family. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a comparison between three different mediums to see which medium produces the best crop of potatoes. We'll do a main crop and we'll do a second early, and we'll use three different mediums and we'll see which one produces the best crop. So here's my bed of potatoes grown in wood chips, and you can see my potatoes coming up really nicely. And I'm going to basically put the method that I grow potatoes in a test against some other methods. You've probably all heard of Ruth Stout's famous method of using straw as a mulch and growing into straw. So it's going to be a comparison of my method of wood chip potatoes versus Ruth Stout's versus potatoes just growing in normal soil, the traditional way. And let's go over here and we'll have a go. Come on. This is a patch of ground that I'm going to use to grow my potatoes, and what we'll do is we'll grow them horizontally and then we'll know exactly which one's growing where. So first of all, I'm going to clear this patch of all the weeds that are growing here. So let's get this ground cleared. So I've got my wood chip pile ready, and the way I'm going to do the straw pile is, traditionally Ruth Stout, the way she'd do it is she'd put down straw and she'd leave it for over winter, and then come spring, once the straw's starting to break down, then she'd plant her potatoes and then she'd give it another straw mulch. Now what we've done is, because of this experiment, we haven't had a chance to do that, but what I have been doing is I've been mulching with grass in a little slightly different spot. So I'm going to use the grass as my base, which is slightly more broken down. And you've seen there's some adaptations of the Ruth Stout method with just using grass clippings. Now, using grass clippings is a great resource because it's free, and that's what I really like about wood chips, is because I can get them for free and they make a really good resource simply because they're free. Basically, that's your Ruth Stout. That's the Ruth Stout method. And there's my wood chip method, and over there we'll do a trench of potatoes in the traditional way. So here we go, this is going to be the traditional row method. So I'm going to just dig out a little bit of the soil, just give that a little turn. You can see where the mulch you can see the different colour variation between the mulch and the old clay soil. But let's give that a little, there we go, nice. For the three different methods, what I've got is I've got a main crop. So this is a Desiree, and I'm just going to burrow in to my wood chip pile, and I'm going to just place my potato into that and cover it up. And likewise, the Desiree is just going to sit beneath the grass layer on the Ruth Stout method. And then we're going to make one more hole for our second early. Look, you can really see the difference in colour between the chocolate brown and the grey sort of clay colour. And there we go. We'll put a second early in there as well. So that's the second early, a variety called Rocket. And same place, into my wood chip pile is going to go another little baby here. There we go. Second early just there. And same, just like that, into my Ruth Stout pile is going to go a Rocket. So what we'll keep doing is this hay pile is going to break down. So as this hay pile breaks down, we'll just keep layering it up. We'll just keep stacking it up. One of the things about this hay pile is I'm not using hay just as you would from, as you'd buy it and then use that fresh. Because of the way that I like to use most things for multiple purposes. This is what I've bedded my chickens on. So the manure's gone into my worm bin, and whatever sort of cleanish hay is being used as mulch, and that's what I'm using for this. So it's not just hay that I'd buy, you know, just for this. I wouldn't do something like that, you know that. Even though it's an experiment and that's what we're doing. But here we go. So there's the traditional method that's just I'm just covering it up with some soil. There's my two piles of first earlies, second earlies on this side and main crop on the other side, and we've got 3 different rows. What we'll do is we'll come back in a few months, and when they're ready to harvest, we'll harvest the first earlies and we'll harvest the second earlies first as they become mature in a couple of months, and see how we've got on, which one produced the best harvest. I'm going to treat them in the way that I grow my potatoes, so I'm not going to water these, I'm not going to give them any fuss. They're in the ground and they're going to have to do their thing. I'm not going to fertilise them. So the only thing that I will do with the Ruth Stout method is I will add some more hay on top of that, because I appreciate that's not enough. It'll need at least another foot of hay sprinkled on over the top, and that'll give it a nice level of cover. But and likewise with the wood chips, as they fall down, I'll cover that up, and with the potatoes in the ground, I'll earth that up as well. But I'm not going to fertilise them. I'm not going to add any sort of water. I'm not going to water them, because that's what I do with my wood chip potatoes. That's one of the things that I do. I don't water them. I don't give them any sort of special treatment. I plant them and forget about them, and that's what we're going to do here. So we'll do an experiment between the 3 methods and see which one produces the best results. I will come and earth each pile up, and I'll earth the Ruth Stout method up with more straw, more grass clippings. I'll earth my wood chip pile up. As the wood chips collapse, I'll put some more wood chips over the top, and likewise with the ones in the traditional method in the ground, I'll put some more in the ground, and I'll put some more soil over the top. And once it comes to harvest time in a few months, we'll have a look at the first earlies first, and then we'll do the main crop probably in about September time. So expect another 2 updates for this, and we'll see which one produces the best results. So I do hope you like what you've seen. Make sure you hit that like for me and subscribe for regular updates. Make sure if you like this sort of thing and you like these sort of experiments, let me know, and we'll keep doing a few more experiments, and we'll do a bit more comparisons between different styles of growing. So I'm going to leave it there for this one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.